Guys, the awesome story has finally wrapped up. Get your peanuts, melon seeds, drinks, and little stools ready, everyone. The main story starts right now. Physical fitness test 800-meter run. Accidentally called my online boyfriend. When I finally finished running and caught my breath again, I realized that this usually quiet guy had suddenly sent me a voice message. His voice cracked. Baby, what are you doing? Why are you panting like that? I explained that I'd just finished the 800-meter physical fitness test. Turns out that made him lose his defenses even more. His voice trembled as he yelled, but graduate students don't have to take physical tests. When I called my online girlfriend, I was on the second lap of the 800 meters. I had reached the heart-exploding stage, where either my heart or my legs had to give up. I was completely out of breath. My breathing sounded like a broken bellows. Gasping, heavy, dazed, and chaotic. I didn't even have time to wonder why. The cheesy DJ music in my earphones suddenly switched to the voice of my online girlfriend. He sounded panicked, his voice unsteady. He sounded terrified. Baby, what are you doing? There was still half a lap to go, but I was already at my limit. I could only manage a while running. Run. Run. I slowed down, gulping air several times. I was about to start walking when a classmate behind me shouted, keep going. Run. Yes, that was his voice coming through afterward, even though I couldn't stop panting. I still instinctively answered his question. I'm doing. Oh my God, before I could finish, the classmate behind me suddenly sprinted past, accidentally bumping into me as he overtook. A strong force pushed half my body sideways. I was fine, but my phone flew tragically out onto the track, rolling a few more times for good measure. Bluetooth disconnected because it was too far from the source. That classmate's sprint made me realize, if I didn't kick into gear, I was going to fail the class. No time to pick up the phone that had flown away. I gritted my teeth, clenched my fists, stomped hard with both feet. Even if it killed me, I had to run. I charged forward. I don't know if the kind teacher stopped the timer early, or if it was actually my own strength, but somehow it was truly amazing. I finished with a time of 4 minutes 30 seconds. At least I didn't get zero. And I barely passed the baseline. I was satisfied the moment I finished. My legs were trembling and noodle soft, but I didn't dare sit down right away. I could only hug the soccer goalpost to ease the dizzy feeling like my head was being torn apart. When the teacher called my name to scan the code for results, I finally remembered my phone was still lying on the track. I dragged my limp legs over, shaking, and jogged to pick it up. By now my brain had reluctantly come back online a little. I vaguely recalled hearing the voice of my online girlfriend just now, asking what I was doing, and I hadn't finished my sentence. I bit my upper lip with my lower teeth. For some reason a wave of grievance flooded my heart. It tasted so bitter I wanted to cry. Running 800 meters really is exhausting, I quietly calculated. Later I absolutely had to send him 800 voice messages, crying about how miserable that 800-meter run was, especially since I'd just seen a classmate's girlfriend waiting at the finish line holding milk tea. The moment he crossed the line, she threw herself into his arms. My longing for Lucas Yen reached its peak. I wished he had been there beside me too. Too bad we were only dating online, and had never met in person. I picked up the phone without unlocking it yet, and already saw countless missed call notifications, all from Lucas Yen. I opened our chat. There was a huge pile of voice messages. Abnormally many. It was scary. Lucas Yen usually matched my vibe perfectly, replying super fast, always sending me walls of text, but he rarely sent voice messages, because he said he was in the library and it wasn't convenient to speak loudly. Oh, I got it, he was shy, right? But now my screen was full of voice messages. I fell silent. How come the library suddenly allowed loud talking? I scrolled to the very top, and played the first one. Baby, what are you doing? What did what are you doing mean? It wasn't literal, right? Oh my God, why do I hear a woman's voice? You're even moaning. Who are you with? Have you forgotten about me? Let's meet tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow I'll come find you. Don't leave me, baby, please reply. Just type a 1, baby, I really. The last sentence was replaced by his crying voice, sobbing so hard I couldn't make out the words. Like he was crying pretty loudly. Everything was unclear. Was he this upset? Was something bothering him? I no longer cared about how tired I was after running. I just wanted to reply to him quickly, but my throat was bone dry. I couldn't speak at all. So I hurriedly typed, sorry. I was just doing the 800-meter physical test. After sending that, I kept clacking away on the keyboard, preparing to pour my heart out about running. How exhausting it was for a weak college student like me with poor blood circulation. I hadn't finished typing when he replied instantly, cold text with no warmth. But this sentence made me shiver. You're lying. Graduate students don't take physical tests. My fingers froze mid-type. I was done for. How was I supposed to explain this? When we first started talking, I learned he was doing his PhD. To have something in common. Without thinking, I casually said I was doing a master's too. Making up my identity was my own doing. He said he was 27. I said I was 25. He said he was a top physicist in the country. I said my physics major once won the Nobel Prize in Literature. He said 186 centimeters. I said 172 centimeters. But the truth is 25 was my high school physics score. 172 were the first 3 digits of my phone number. I was just a regular college student. A totally ordinary third-year undergrad. My family kept tight control. And somehow coincidentally, I got into the university where my mom teaches. So even though I'm almost 22, this is my first time ever being in love. And I only dared to love in the safest way. Can't hold hands, can't kiss lips, pure platonic, online only. There was a practice question for the first semester freshman final that I didn't know how to do. Mom was busy and ignored me. So I went online and found his video. The face was blurry, old video. The lesson was good, but I still didn't understand. So out of boredom I left a comment. One day is my teacher, forever my father. If mom won't save me, then mom's other kid should save me. I just wanted to try my luck. See if some kind expert would help. A few minutes after posting, someone private messaged me and solved it. Even patiently asked if there was anything else I didn't understand. I poured out everything. Sent him all the other questions I didn't know. Then we added WeChat for easier teaching. There were too many questions I didn't know. Back and forth we gradually got close. His life was very simple. Everything he shared with me was experiments. Reading papers, writing theses. 3-point line, boring and dry. I don't really like studying. So I could only show him where I went to have fun that day. What I ate. What I bought. Even though our lifestyles were worlds apart, we somehow clicked perfectly. I often teased him to show me spring scenery photos. He'd act all shy and refuse, saying on the surface it wasn't proper, but still seriously found good angles to take them for me. One batch was over a dozen pictures. Every pose, every angle. Really hard to ignore. His collarbone lines were sharp. Abs defined and tempting. Restrained yet seductive. Female hormones exploded honestly. It's not like he actually has any. Do all you high IQ science guys hide this well? I wiped the drool from the corner of my mouth. Greedy, I pushed further. Why not shoot lower? Feeling upset, or do I have to pay? He threw 2 papers my way. Dead serious, unlock after reading. But I haven't even passed CET for English. You want me to read foreign papers? Isn't that a bit too harsh? Unlock progress 0. After we officially became a couple, we talked even more. From our chats, it wasn't hard to see he was an outstanding person. Basically my mom's dream son-in-law. I didn't even dare imagine how happy my mom would be if Lucas Yen with his amazing research level was her student. And me. If my major grades weren't carried by kind teachers. I wish retake fees were cheaper than tuition. Back then when he asked what I was studying, I was holding a final grade report of 60 points. Being lectured by my mom with spit flying everywhere. Trashed completely by my own mother. I was so angry I had nowhere to vent. Plus my pride. My brain overheated and I lied, saying I was also studying physics. Great, now look. Exposed. I didn't dare reply for a long time. I was tearing my hair out. Desperately trying to organize words with my poor vocabulary. To explain. When Lucas Yen sent another message. Some universities do make grad students take physical tests. It might really be like that, baby, sorry. I misunderstood you just now. He convinced himself and I, the idiot, felt relieved. You worked hard running, baby. Wait and eat something nice. Transferred 5,200. I'm about to have a group meeting. Talk tonight, okay? I sensitively noticed his coldness. He didn't even send a single rose emoji. Still doesn't believe me, huh? Sure enough, all evening no matter what I sent. He stopped replying. I lost interest and climbed into bed early. My roommate below was chattering away. Seeing Lucas Yen ignoring me, I happily pulled back the curtain and joined them. Because every sentence they said was overflowing with hot girl content. I have a natural possessiveness over hot girls, no. Curiosity, you know. This week the quantum mechanics professor is on a business trip. They arranged a substitute teacher for us. It's a super beauty. What quantum mechanics professor? Professor Chen, really? This class tomorrow is gonna be so boring. If I wake up early and he doesn't call roll, I've never gone. If it's really a beauty, I have to go no matter what. For real, realer than pearls. Class 2 had it today. They said the front row was packed. Someone from the next class said the teacher is only 27. And a PhD student at our school. Oh. I can handle 6 years older. Mommy girlfriend type, oh my god, talented and gentle. Let's go, a beauty of this level can't be single. If not married, at least engaged. If not engaged, then remarried. Exactly. Someone asked today. She said she's not single. Ha ha ha. I knew some girls wanted to add her contact. She said academic questions go through the system, I'm dying. Head beauties really don't stay on the market. Curious what kind of guy her boyfriend is. Definitely super outstanding too. My roommate Harry Chong said nothing. Casually applying a face mask in front of the mirror. Suddenly he leaned over and spoke leisurely. Lucas Yen saying he's not single is just lying to you guys. There's never been any guy around him. Harry, you know Professor Liu. Hearing Harry call the full name, everyone instantly sensed something unusual between them. A crowd immediately gathered to roast. Of course we grew up together. He always carried my bag for me. Now he's even doing his PhD at our school. He got accepted abroad before. No idea why he suddenly didn't go. Stayed here instead. Need we say more? There's never been no guy around Harry either. You're the one. And who knows if he's hiding more in his heart. Everyone showed gossip roast faces one by one. Oh, childhood sweethearts. Stayed for love. Isn't this straight out of a novel? Oh my god, you never told us. Your mouth is tighter than a spy's. Tomorrow in class when he sees you there. Will he blush and get nervous? Aw. Oh no, tomorrow morning. I absolutely have to go watch. I don't know if that beautiful female teacher blushed. But Harry's ears and neck turned red from everyone's teasing. Even the face mask couldn't hide his embarrassment. Listening to them chatter. I gripped the bed rail tightly, poked my head out from the curtain, and curiously asked Harry he was in college. While you were still in elementary school. How did you study together? The moment I finished speaking, the whole dorm fell into deadly silence. Harry suddenly stood up straight, mask still flat. His distorted expression crumpling it into a ball. He quickly ripped it off, walked to my bed, looked up at me angrily and said, Jack Chin, if you don't speak no one will think you're mute, okay? You're just jealous. Did I say something wrong? Fine, tomorrow sit with me. I'll let you see whether he and I are childhood sweethearts or not. The next day Harry absolutely dragged me to the front row. I wasn't interested. A bit lazily nibbling on a steamed bun. Because Lucas Yen still hadn't replied to my messages. After thinking I sent another what are you doing? This time he replied fast, getting ready for class. Liar. He had already shown me his schedule. No classes today. While I was wondering what else to send, a wave of surprised gasps spread around me. Countless whispers rose. Harry elbowed me. I looked up at him. He lifted his chin toward the classroom door. Look at my sister Yen. I followed his gaze. The woman walking in from the door had exquisite, captivating features. Like an actress. The type who'd probably only score 5 points in physics. From top to bottom tall and perfectly proportioned. 9 head body ratio. Slim waist tucked into black trousers, broad shoulders. High nose bridge with gold-rimmed glasses. Red lips, peach blossom eyes. Face and figure both absolutely top tier. Eyes lively and spirited. Not smiling, not speaking. Yet radiating a strong aura. Looking both cunning and seductive. With a subtle proper vibe. Just used to the scene, his face expressionless. Emotions unreadable. Long strides up to the podium. Very close to our front row seats. I could even clearly see those famous peach blossom eyes. Long curled lashes distinct. So smart and this beautiful. God, I don't want to call you grandpa anymore. You straight up don't treat me like family. Harry beside me immediately sat up straight. Lightly waving at him. A bit shy voice pinched higher. Sweet and obedient Sister Yen. Good morning. Lucas Yen heard and looked up at Harry. His originally cold expression softened, lips curving. Morning. The 2 other roommates in row 2 were going insane. Patting Harry's shoulders from behind, shaking him wildly. Screaming silently. Suddenly his gaze shifted from Harry left and right, landing on me. His eyes were strange, indescribable. They stayed for a long time. I felt uncomfortable all over from being stared at. Awkwardly wiped my face. Nothing there, right? I gave him a puzzled look back. He ignored it, sneered. That laugh was blatantly full of mockery and contempt. This student wants to study fine arts. Please exit, turn left, go downstairs. Following his line of sight. I looked down, oh no. Wrong textbook. Both had red-green covers. I had grabbed World Masterpieces Appreciation that I borrowed yesterday. My face instantly burned like fire. I didn't dare lift my head. Just stammered an apology. Sorry, teacher. I brought the wrong book. Harry moved his book to the middle seat. Gently saying to Lucas Yen. He didn't mean it. Well, share. Sister Yen, don't be mad, okay? Hey, I'm not mad. Pay attention next time. His voice was completely different. Cold when speaking to me, now gentle again. Anyone with eyes could see the blatant favoritism. I lowered my head and opened my phone to message my online girlfriend, complaining. Today's substitute teacher is so full of himself, like he owns 258 million. So annoying. He replied, I also met a weirdo today. Talk after class. Oh, he's talking to me again. Just now Lucas Yen. Had ruined my mood, now it was swept away. I was about to send another message. When the class bell rang. Since we were front row. I quietly put my phone away. I didn't understand a word, but admiring that face sculpted by Nhi herself wasn't a loss. I happily thought. But very soon I couldn't smile anymore. Professor Chen asked me to grade your usual homework. The ones from last week I'm summarizing now. Lucas Yan's voice was clear and pleasant. I rested my chin on my hand, eyes blank, starting to zone out. I don't know if it was an illusion, but his voice and tone sounded a lot like Lucas Yen. Of course my Lucas Yen was much gentler, not as aggressive as the person on the podium. Special praise for one student, Jack Chen. His lab summary doesn't look like it was written by a guy, nor by a girl. Looks like it was written by a great person. Let's see his experimental data. Do you think it's reasonable? I think it's a bit illegal. because it almost pissed me off to death. This is attempted murder. Is Jack-chan in class today? It's understandable if he skipped. He's probably busy opening new frontiers for physics. In the future I'll have to call him teacher. My heart turned to ashes stabbed through. I didn't need to look up to feel the entire class frozen gazes on me. Lucas Yen isn't stupid. He instantly realized I was Jack-chan, and accurately struck again. Teacher Jack really worked hard, both appreciating world masterpieces and finding time to appreciate some Lucas class. Those 2 periods were absolutely the most unbearable 10 years of my life. When the dismissal bell rang, I grabbed world masterpieces appreciation and prepared to bolt. Lucas Yen coldly said to me, Teacher Jack, wait. Harry stood up, slipped up to the podium, stood beside Lucas Yen, tilted his head and asked Sister Yen, there's a point just now I still don't understand. No. Since when did he love studying this much? I hugged my textbook beside them, neither leaving nor staying. I really wanted to leave, so I leaned against the wall, opened my phone. Lucas Yen still hadn't messaged. Probably class wasn't over yet. Full of complaints I typed, I'm out of class. You only met a weirdo. I just met Monday's lunatic. Oh no, just sent. Lucas Yen's phone on the podium dinged. My attention shifted there. I just heard him chatting with Harry. Is Uncle's health still okay? Much better. Thanks to you buying supplements every month. Dad keeps praising you at home. He should. You too, it's getting cold, wear more, don't catch a cold. Thank you Sister Yen for caring. I prefer suits anyway. After who knows how long. They finally finished talking. Harry had something to do, and left before me. In the huge tiered lecture hall only me and Lucas Yen remained. He called me back. I obediently stood in front of him hugging my textbook. Teacher Jack, this lab report needs to be rewritten. Otherwise no credit, printed again and submit to room 3501. Got it, comrade teacher. I forced an ugly fake smile, taking the chance to mock back. He gave a cold laugh, lowered his head to pack his teaching materials and lesson plans. I glanced over. When he pulled the USB from the computer, the file name showed F7. Wasn't that my WeChat nickname? My heart instantly panicked, beating wildly, but my little smart brain quickly reacted. F7 Harry Chung Jack-chan. So I was just a link in your childhood sweetheart drama. When I got back to the dorm, everyone was still talking about Lucas Yen. The dorm group was blowing up. The 2 roommates in row 2 had sneakily taken 800 photos of Lucas Yen, mostly high-quality shots. Sharing resources generously, he sent them all to us to admire. I was too lazy to look, but couldn't quite get over it. Angrily I prepared his photos to send to Lucas Yen too. The reason Lucas Yen and I, a physics god like him, could even get together was mainly because we both loved gossip and roasting people. I decided I had to show him too. This evil substitute teacher's true nasty face. So I went back to the dorm group, opened one of the photos. In this one Lucas Yen was about to write on the board, right sleeve rolled up, revealing half an arm. When I saw the mole on his wrist, my finger holding the photo froze. Lucas Yen's right wrist had an identical mole. No way, right. I pulled out the spring scenery photos he had sent me before, anxiously comparing. Finally despair hit. The mole wasn't just in the same spot. The shape was identical. Even the fingers were equally long, all 10. Who says like facing a deep abyss, like walking on thin ice isn't good? That phrase is perfect. It accurately sums up my entire life. I'd rather my online boyfriend be the type with broad shoulders, slim waist, long legs, high IQ, great beauty, than Lucas Yen. Only now did I belatedly realize their names were exactly the same. I had been careful not to tell him my real name. He always called me baby, but his WeChat name was Lucas Yen, so I just called him that. Now even I couldn't convince myself this was a coincidence. Before I could recover from this shocking discovery, Lucas Yen sent me a ton of messages. Baby, let me tell you, the weird student I met today brought the wrong textbook to class and dared to sit front row. Guess who? The one I told you about last time, who tried to murder the teacher with homework. First time seeing someone this stupid, and especially arrogant. The moment I opened my mouth he rolled his eyes at me. Isn't it weird? I didn't dare reply. I didn't want to roast myself. I rolled my eyes only because I was too sleepy to fall asleep. That's exactly what not quitty asleep looks like, right? Seeing I hadn't replied for a long time, he asked again, that Monday lunatic you wanted to tell me about. What happened with the teacher? Did he make my baby angry? Bad teacher. Good baby transferred 5200. Don't be sad. I'll comfort you. If you don't know something you can ask me. Transferred 13,140. If he makes things hard for you, I'll write 2 theses for you with your name on them. Go throw them in his face. Baby, say something. Are you upset? Don't ignore me, okay? Last night I was too busy. Meeting ran too long, phone died. My heart was a tangled mess. I didn't know how to keep talking to him normally. Pretend nothing happened, or just break up cleanly. Or collect the red envelopes first. Baby, why still not replying? If you're in a bad mood it's okay not to talk. Take the money and go eat your favorite mango cake. Sweet things will cheer you up. Baby, how about we meet? I don't want you to be sad. And me not be there for you. He kept sending messages persistently. The word meet startled me. If he found out his online girlfriend was the student who tried and failed to murder him, would he want to jump off a building right now? Tomorrow's social news headline would be, female graduate student at a university jumps to her death. Overwhelming academic pressure. Then the one getting blamed would be his PhD supervisor. My mom would be miserable. I wouldn't get to live peacefully at home either. The more I thought, the scarier it got. In a flash of lightning, I decided to break up. To avoid more nightmares, I carelessly made up a lame excuse, bored, bland. You're pretty boring, the emptiest reason. And directly blocked him. Then I grimaced, went into ascetic mode, and begged my nemesis from the next class, Jeremy Ling, to help fix my lab report. He mocked me while demanding a month of meals. I gritted my teeth, agreed, and cursed Lucas Yen the whole time. It took 2 painful days to finish the assignment. I printed the new lab report, and went to find Lucas Yen at his office door. I accidentally kicked the flower pot, nearly faceplanting, blurting out, "Oh my God." The office door flew open. Lucas Yen looked up when he heard, frowning, staring at me in the doorway, as if he had discovered something unbelievable. His face darkened, expression grave, facing his eyes in that moment. I was so embarrassed I wanted to dig a hole and hide. I slapped my own mouth. Damn mouth, try saying another classic line. I walked in. His eyes stayed locked on me, like he wanted to see right through me. Your way of knocking is quite unique. I only snapped out of it when I got close. But his gaze was still complicated, lingering on me for a long time. I handed over my lab report. He took it and started grading. Without saying I could leave, I could only stand beside him. Bored, I looked at that face, so handsome it angered gods and men for entertainment, and noticed he looked much more haggard than 2 days ago. His mood didn't seem good either. His desk was covered in crumpled scrap paper. Is PhD life this stressful? Before, when we chatted, how come I never noticed he carried so much resentment? I thought I had found a gentle, high-achieving student online. Turns out he's a cold-blooded, venomous snake. But after breaking up, he seemed unaffected, as if this online relationship didn't matter to him at all. I was still thinking, when my mom walked in from outside at some point, holding a thermos, wearing the same old suit my dad bought her years ago, forehead shiny, reflecting the ceiling light. Mom came over, patted my head, then pulled out 2 candies from her pocket for me. My dear son, what are you doing here? Your dad just told me you had the physical test this week. Running that 800 meters, you worked hard. Come home this weekend for dinner with us, okay? I nodded randomly, just wanting the report to be okay so I could leave quickly. So I looked at Lucas Yen. Before I could think, I turned and met his burning gaze. Different from before. Seeing me looking back, he panicked and looked away, face turning bright red, coughed awkwardly like his secret was exposed. Ahem, 800, no report, no physical test. Running pretty well written. What is he doing? Nervous because he saw my mom. A grown man still scared of teachers, lame. Bully the weak, fear the strong, that's all you've got. I politely said, thank you, teacher. I'll go now. He lowered his head dejectedly and mumbled, yeah. That evening Harry came back dressed sharply like he was on a date, carrying a cake. He said Sister Yen bought it for me. I'm dieting, you guys eat this afternoon. Lucas Yen suddenly invited him to dinner. The roommates screamed, Harry, you and Professor Lu definitely have something going on. He said he's not single. It must be about you, right? I'm literally crying, you even had dinner together. What more needs to be said? Harry just smiled without speaking. I turned my head, and noticed his gaze on me was off, stealing several glances. That look made me very uncomfortable. He opened the cake box, voice rising, oh wow. He only bought 2 pieces. Sister Yen was worried I couldn't finish. Then he said to me, Jack Chen, you're the only one in our dorm over 200 pounds. You should eat less anyway. I'll give these to Liam E and Zach Wei. I was too lazy to argue. Calmly said, actually I already used the money your sister Yen earned for me to secretly eat several outside. Didn't really want any anyway. Liam just took a bite. When he suddenly remembered something, asked Harry, but Harry, aren't you allergic to mango? Why did he buy mango flavor for you? Right, Harry, you throw up just from smelling mango. Doesn't he know that? Harry's hand tying his tie froze. I saw him glance at me again, finally a bit angrily said to the other 2, can't this even shut you up? The 2 roommates had soft mouths after eating his food and stopped talking. I let my thoughts wander. I had told my online boyfriend that I love mango the most. Anything mango flavored. And also told him, because my roommate is allergic to mango. I never eat it at school. Did Lucas Yen mix us up? So ridiculous, you can't hide loving one person. But when you love 2, can you hide it a bit better? That Saturday, my nemesis heard I was going home for dinner. Shamelessly wanted to tag along. Said he wanted to eat the potato stuffed buns my dad makes. I couldn't resist him, since I already promised to treat him for a month anyway. So I let him follow me home. We went downstairs to the office building to wait for my mom. Jeremy Ling, that jerk, insisted on flipping up my baseball cap. I hadn't washed my hair in 2 days. If this hat came off, I'd look no different from running naked down the street. I swore to defend the hat with my life, one hand forming a fist to punch him. The guy reacted fast, suddenly grabbed my punching arm and yanked it down. From afar that pose looked like we were holding hands. He mocked Jack Chan any future prospects. After all these years still only one move get lost. He went quiet for a moment, then suddenly lowered his voice near my ear. Give me the WeChat of that handsome junior from your department. I'll get lost right now. Deal. I was ready to curse him, when I saw a tall slim figure pass by. Lucas Yen. He looked much thinner, lips a bit pale. Suddenly he looked toward us. I don't know if it was my imagination, but I felt his face darken bit by bit, brows tightly furrowed, all the disappointment clear on his face. I instantly froze. Jeremy didn't see him still threatening give it or not. Lucas Yen and I locked eyes. Couldn't escape, could only greet hello teacher. Who's your teacher? Definitely not me. With that he strode away quickly, like fleeing. Autumn wind rolled fallen leaves on the ground. For some reason his retreating back looked a little lonely. After Lucas Yen left, I angrily punched Jeremy. That junior wouldn't want a jerk like you. That night at home, even though everything was my favorite food, I still had trouble swallowing. I poked randomly at the buns in my bowl with chopsticks. Meat tasted like wax in my mouth. My head was full of Lucas Yen's pale lonely face. This complicated mood made me crave release. While my mom went to take a call, I stood up to grab a can of beer from the fridge. I was legal, drinking low-alcohol beer. My parents wouldn't stop me, though they'd still lecture a bit before I drank. I hooked the pull tab with my finger and opened it, just about to drink, when I saw my mom come out from the room holding her phone, shaking her head helplessly. Oh dear little Lucas. Lately his condition seems off. He barely eats, stays in the lab all night. This time he really did it. Gave himself a stomach problem. Hearing it was about Lucas Yen, my hand holding the beer can tightened. Beer spilled out. Cold liquid running over my palm. A chill rising through my body. My first reaction was to grab my phone and ask him what happened. Just as I opened it, I suddenly remembered I had blocked him. You two handsome boys eat first. Mom has to go to the hospital to check on him. He still has unfinished experiments. Mom left reminding remember you drank don't drive. Call a designated driver. Dad reminded while packing porridge in the kitchen. I shot up, pushed the beer away, wiped my hands clean with tissue, and said to Mom, I'll drive you. I didn't drink. Mom hesitated. Your driving skills, you trying to kill us. I snatched Mom's car keys, pushed her out the door. All green lights. We arrived at the hospital quickly. Lucas Yen lay in the hospital bed getting in for, looking much worse, listless hand propping his forehead, like a big abandoned puppy. I watched heartbroken, wanted to rush over and hug him. My mom, still oblivious, rambled on. This kid really, all grown up, and still doesn't know how to take care of himself. Did I give him too many tasks lately? But his progress has been smooth, hasn't it? I inwardly rolled my eyes at Mom's long-windedness, wanting to interrupt, when I heard her say, or is he lovesick? Little Lucas, are you dating anyone? You used to hold your phone smiling all the time. Haven't seen it these past 2 days. Phone dead for days without charging. Not that I'm nagging you. Mom is just worried. I impatiently cut Mom off. Lucas Yen looked up, staring at me, humming softly from his nose. I felt a bit guilty. Didn't dare meet his eyes. Mom thought I was scared. Started teasing. Scared just seeing a teacher. Lucas Yen added. Not a teacher, just substitute. I'm his senior. Mom put down the packed porridge from home, set it on the table. Phone rang. Mom hurried out to answer, very suddenly. Only me and Lucas Yen left in the room. I stood there not knowing what to say. Shouldn't have come. Just now I was like bewitched, insisting on coming. I think I need to hang my brain and get a craniotomy to cure this love brain. Thinking this, I turned to leave. Hey Junior, Lucas Yen called me back. My right hand has the 4. Can you help open the lunchbox? Getting sick cured his venomous snake personality. His voice was so soft and pitiful, even a little pleading. I didn't have time to analyze what felt off. Obediently opened the lunchbox for him. He handed me a spoon. Can you pour me a cup of water? I stiffly poured one for him. He raised his right hand to take it. I glanced at the mole on his wrist. My heart jumped. The hand holding the cup trembled uncontrollably. Water sloshed and spilled. The water was freshly boiled, splashed perfectly onto his trousers, soaking a large patch. I swear it was an accident. I quickly grabbed tissue to wipe for him. Lucas Yen pushed my hand away. Voice suddenly hoarse, don't wipe. Do you hate me that much? My lips moved, not knowing how to answer. Such a venomous mouth, still sensitive to others' feelings. So I seized the chance for revenge. Venomously said, you're already like this. Why doesn't your girlfriend come visit? His face darkened, eyes glistening with tears. After a long time, weakly. She probably doesn't like me. I sneered inside. You don't even remember she's allergic to mango. Serves you right. But that night lying in bed, looking at Lucas Yen's chat still pinned at the top, I still couldn't sleep. Deep down I felt He might have become like this because I unilaterally broke up, feeling wronged and shaken. I clearly knew. I still liked Lucas Yen, but I had no standing to tell him about my real identity. Our honesty would definitely make both of us awkward. I also couldn't find him online to get back together. Weekend over, back to the dorm. The moment I walked in I heard Lucas Yen's name, Harry Chong. Go tell Professor Liu. Can we delay this assignment a bit? There's really too much homework lately. Right, Harry? You and Professor Liu are close. Just say something. He'll definitely agree. Yes, yesterday. Lucas Yen assigned homework on the learning system. Due Friday. Tight deadline, heavy workload. Everyone was suffering. Harry showed a troubled expression. But Harry, please. Professor Liu will definitely listen to you. Seeing me push the door open, he suddenly changed his tone and said loudly, fine, I'll go tell Sister Yen. The moment I heard Lucas Yen's name I got annoyed. Suddenly remembered there were still a few physical test items left. So I decided to go to the sports field to practice and distract myself, especially long jump, which I still couldn't jump my own height. Found an empty spot on the field, faced a white line and kept jumping back and forth, hoping to clear it. Sky gradually darkened. More people running on the track. I was in a spot the streetlights barely reached. Planning one last jump then leave, so I put more power into it. Just as I squatted with arms swinging uselessly, gathering strength to leap forward, someone walked past in front of me, but it was too late. I had already jumped. That person probably didn't expect anyone here, couldn't dodge in time. Somehow perfectly crashed into his arms. He caught me. Thud, a soft sound. I struggled to stand, only then realizing my hands were placed where they shouldn't be. Realizing something was wrong, my brain instantly went wild. Had enough groping. The familiar voice brought my thoughts back. It was Lucas Yen, only his voice was frighteningly hoarse. I quickly let go. Panicked, grabbed the clothes above to borrow strength and stand, not letting go of his waist either. You really don't let any chance slip. Lucas Yen straightened the clothes I had pulled messy. Lucky it was dark. He couldn't see my embarrassed red face. Sorry, Professor Liu. Won't happen again. What is Teacher Jack doing jumping around here? Practicing long jump. But you look like you're carrying heavy thoughts. He saw right through my bad mood. I sighed heavily. How could I tell him? It was because of him. So I made up an excuse. It's just the assignment you said is too rushed. I'm afraid I can't finish, so my mood's bad. Who says this excuse isn't good? It was perfect. Lucas Yen raised a brow after hearing. So I probed, so can we push the deadline back a bit? Lucas Yen didn't speak, just stared at me, seemingly unhappy with my words. His silence made me feel awkward. So I quickly changed the topic. I'm kidding, ha ha ha. Teacher, look, tonight's moon is so round and beautiful. I've thought about it. Lucas Yen twisted open the water bottle in his hand, tilted his head back and took a sip. It's overcast tonight. No moon. Harry, you're too awesome. The assignment deadline really got extended a week. Love you to death. Before sleeping I heard the roommate next bed let out a high-pitched scream halfway through. Harry gave a dry laugh, voice sounding like he didn't have enough air. Yeah, Sister Yen is easy to talk to. One word and he agreed. I curled my lip. My fingers stubbornly scrolled down, past pretty girl videos. I told him I'd think about it. But little Ching agreed immediately. Angry for no reason I flipped over annoyed. But the charger cord wasn't long enough, so I had to aggressively flip back. Next afternoon after class, my mom called me. Said they were at an academic conference. Packed some crab roe pastries for me. Mom and Lucas Yen were summarizing the meeting. I was beside them devouring fiercely, soon to ascend to academic locust level. After eating there was still some blueberry sauce left. I don't really like it. Don't know what was wrong with Mom. Didn't she know best? I hate blueberry sauce. Wondering what to do with it, suddenly thought of Jeremy, the guy who eats anything. So I decided to bring the stuff I didn't like to Jeremy. I said goodbye to Mom. Mom, I'll give these to Jeremy, okay? The moment I finished, Lucas Yen's hand holding the file folder slipped, knocking the whole packed box off the table edge. All the pastries scattered on the floor. Inedible now. Lucas Yen looked at the mess, voice panicked. Oh, sorry Junior, my hand slipped. What do we do now? After 5 or 6 harsh lessons. Seeing I wasn't speaking, Lucas Yen said again. How about this? I'll add you on WeChat and compensate you another portion. No need, it was for me to take home anyway. Besides adding another female student, the person at home wouldn't be happy. I met my mom, who at that moment was standing beside us with a dark face, looking like she wanted to bury Lucas Yen. Lucas Yen went silent, pursed his lips and put away his phone. Next day I treated Jeremy to dinner. He was full of resentment. Enough to feed 100 evil spirits. Every bite of rice came with 10 complaints to me. Jack Chen, are you even listening? You don't know how perverted Lucas Yen is. He called my name 8 times in 2 periods. Made me answer questions 8 times. I heard he called you 8 times. You got them wrong and he deducted 10 usual points. He asked why do birds spread their tails. Why do people eat? Do you like blueberry? And asked what I was doing instead of coming to class. Quantum entanglement or human entanglement? Are those questions you ask in class? I'm studying quantum mechanics, right? How did it become moral scripture? He was banging his head screaming. I couldn't stop laughing, gloating, seeing me laugh too loudly. He unhappily slammed his chopsticks down, arms crossed. Stop calling yourself Jack Chen. Call yourself 0070 morals 0 empathy. 7 days a week all mocking me. I'm not, it's just really funny. Thinking I'm not the only one getting roasted by Lucas Yen. Makes me happy. Jeremy saw I wasn't responding. Got angry and stood to leave. Just as he stood, Lucas Yen appeared from who knows where. Looked at us. Casually asked. What's wrong? Little couple fighting and breaking up. Jeremy immediately retorted. No way, his boyfriend already broke up with him. Lucas Yen smiled with ill intent. I thought this guy was truly evil to the core. Jeremy was no match for Lucas Yen. Plus the teacher-student hierarchy. I'm completely innocent, okay? I'm not Jeremy's boyfriend. He was about to cry from talking, realizing I turned to look behind. Oh. Turns out my beloved junior appeared nearby, hurriedly distancing himself from me. Jeremy escaped the cafeteria. I picked up my tray preparing to leave too. Lucas Yen reached out to block me, his other hand taking my tray. Mouth open wanting to speak but stopping, finally said, "Why did you delete me?" I looked at him stunned. How did he guess my identity? I didn't reveal that much, did I? Professor Liu. What are you joking about? I never added you. I chose to play dumb. Before confirming whether he wanted to get back together, or settle scores. After all, he and Harry were kinda ambiguous. Lucas Yen raised a brow. Yesterday everything that fell was blueberry flavored. I remember my boyfriend doesn't like blueberry. You must have remembered wrong. You don't even remember Harry is allergic to mango. Suddenly realizing I was exposing myself more. My voice got smaller. Why would I remember that? Isn't he your boyfriend? Last time you even bought him mango cake. Lucas Yen frowned, lost in thought. Seeming amused. That expression looked murderous. Scary. While he was distracted I slipped away. Next day was Lucas Yen's major class. After seeing him yesterday I was restless. Right up to now. Sitting in class still the same. The classmate beside me reminded roll call. I robotically opened the scan. Pointed at the QR code on the screen, confirmed. Not long after, the classmate couldn't stay calm and poked me. Jack Chen. What are you doing? You scanned Professor's WeChat QR code. I looked up. My WeChat was clearly displayed on the big screen. Lucas Yen stood looking toward me. Lips twitching. Or you want to teach this class? He lowered his head, clicked the mouse to close it for me. But the next second he suddenly looked up. Dark eyes shining. Profile picture. I was both shocked and delighted. Smile harder to suppress than an AK. What did he see? Why so happy? Jack Chen, good job posting on moments. Usual points 10. The woman on the podium looked like she won a 10 billion lottery. Someone front row shouted, no way. Teachers can do that. Open it again, I'll post too. Lucas Yen hooked his lip in a light smile. Casually refused. Do you understand what you'd post? Only he gets to post. He pursed his lips, curved up. Scanned the whole class. Picked up the name list. Clear voice roll call. Finally finished. Harry wasn't there. He stayed up reading novels until 4 a.m. last night. Couldn't get up for early class. We advised him to find a substitute. He said Sister Yen doesn't take attendance anyway, and wouldn't remember him. But now Lucas Yen mercilessly marked him absent. This major class teacher is very strict. Cares most about attendance. At the start of term he already said, absent fail. Before everyone who skipped found substitutes obediently. The other two roommates looked at each other, sucked in a cold breath, told Harry in the dorm group. From now on Wednesday early 8 a.m. classes he can sleep peacefully. He's already failed anyway. After class Lucas Yen shot me a look. I thought he was going to deduct 10 points. Happily walked over. Instead he said one sentence, releasing me. I release me. I'm scared of the dark. Meaning make me unblock him. Why, fine, exposed. I was too lazy to pretend anymore. Straight up shameless. Because I like you. I don't want to break up. How did you guess I'm your online girlfriend? He told me that day I submitted the report. He had already guessed 70-80. Then asked Harry out. To confirm. My online dating in the dorm wasn't a secret. Harry heard Lucas Yen ask. Naturally knew what it was about. But he didn't want us together. So told Lucas Yen. I had just broken up with Jeremy. And the cake Lucas Yen asked him to give me, he claimed as his own. You and Harry are neighbor kids. I was little, parents passed away. His parents helped me a lot. I always treated him like a little brother. You believed your little brother. He asked to delay the assignment. I delayed it, no big deal. You wanted me to delay it. I saw you were troubled. Couldn't bear it, so I pushed it back for you guys. Your little brain really needed that extra week. This brain of mine. So not a graduate student, not a 172 beauty. I don't like graduate students. Don't like 172 either. I like you. Jack Chen, the one I like is you. The random jokes you send me. The joy and anger you share with me. The gossip we do together. No matter what identity you have. He dropped the playful attitude. Started speaking seriously to me. My heart was moved. But I already said break up, I never agreed. Plus you're still pinned in my chat. What, treating me like a decorative pet up there? I couldn't out-talk him. Back in the dorm after class. Only heard Harry let out a high-pitched scream. He was originally sure he could keep his grades and graduate smoothly. This time failing completely ruined his chance. So anxious he cried in the dorm. Zachway comforted him. Maybe Professor Lou didn't think you'd be absent. He's so good to you. Go talk to him. Like last time asking to delay homework, he agreed. Hearing this, Harry picked up his phone to message. But suddenly thought of something. Glanced at me, let out a breath. Liam, nosy. Grab the phone, I'll help you phrase it. Then opened the chat note named Lucas Yen. Liam froze. Harry. Your last chat with Professor Lou was last week. You talk so coldly. Harry, angry and ashamed. Face red, mind your own business. Liam typed a few lines in the chat. Hit send. Before getting a reply. First saw a red exclamation mark. He got blocked by Lucas Yen. The other two roommates looked at each other unusually. Zachway reacted first. Slapped his thigh. Oh, Professor Liu's profile picture is Jack Chen's pin chat, right? Jack Chen. I nodded calmly, admitting, heh. He's my online boyfriend. Now we've met officially together. Then Harry is the clown who jumped off a building. This phrase was originally Lucas Yen's summary for me. After knowing the truth, he blocked Harry in front of me. The next few days, Harry tried everything to contact Lucas Yen, no use. He turned to me, bought me a mango cake, sobbed and apologized. Wanted me to plead with Lucas Yen for him. I looked at the cake, smiled gently. Politely refused. Can't. I'm over 200 pounds, can't eat cake. After the original major teacher returned, Lucas Yen no longer taught us. He had 2 weeks of teaching handover with the professor. Also honestly reported attendance. The professor was just as strict. Directly failed Harry. After he stopped being our teacher, I finally lost the thrill of secretly dating my teacher, but still didn't dare tell my mom. Lucas Yen respected my choice. Only in front of my mom he became more diligent. Used to be all about work. Now a little submissive receiver. My mom loved it. Every day coming home. At the dinner table. Reflecting. Whether she did something wrong at school. To make Lucas Yen like this. This kid is over 18 tall and big. Every day bowing and nodding in front of me. Almost kneeling. Son, tell me. Did he do something to wrong me? I was eating cookies. Almost bit my tongue from shock. No, how could that be? I turned and ran to his office. Warned him not to suck up to my mom. Not to bow and scrape. He finished writing my lab report for me. Hugged me onto his lap. Pecked my lips, got it. I pushed him away. Mom is right next door. I'd really kneel for her. Told you not to be servile. Listening to you all though. Lucas Yen wasn't as servile as before. My mom was still terrified. On the day of beginning of winter, Mom invited Lucas Yen home for dumplings. Trying to mend the teacher-student relationship that scared her. The moment Mom opened her mouth, little Lucas. Are you free on beginning of winter? Lucas Yen, yes. Anytime. Before Mom finished, Lucas Yen arrived. Carrying big and small bags of gifts. Looking nothing like coming to a teacher's house for dinner. More like meeting the parents of his partner. Isn't that exactly it, baby? While my parents were busy in the kitchen, he cornered me in the room and kissed wildly. We hadn't seen each other for days during midterms. The moment he came in, his eyes glued to me like glue, baby. Missed you so much. His kiss was wild and hot. Almost kissed me into oxygen deprivation. To get revenge, I directly reached to unbutton his shirt. Slipped my hand in to touch freely. The feel of spring scenery was even better than it looked. Secretly trained extra these days. I got even bolder. He hurriedly pressed my exploring hand down. Voice low and hoarse enough, baby. I'm afraid in a bit you won't be able to leave this room. I looked down and saw little Lucas already standing. Quickly obediently put my hands behind my back. He grabbed my arm to pull me back for more kissing. At that moment Dad's voice came from outside knocking. Are the key points drawn yet? First batch of dumplings is ready. Come eat first. Just now Lucas Yen told Dad. He wanted to draw me the key points for the major exam. Coming out of the room. My parents looked strangely at us, then at each other. Finally Dad said, Jack Chen, how many times have I told you? Don't sneak eat spicy shrimp in your room. Look, your mouth is all swollen. Mom chimed in, exactly. And you even corrupted little Lucas. Did you make him eat some too? His mouth is swollen too. Quick, eat more dumplings to reduce the heat. Lucas Yen and I looked at each other at the same time. Yeah. Next time be gentler.